Good evening, good Sunday evening, everyone. Good Sunday evening. I am Dr. Deborah Jenkins, your host for Black Talk Platform, and this is a special edition of Black Talk Platform. As we are rounding out Black History Month, I have been focusing on Black men, past, present, and future, to celebrate. I love everything about Blackness, but sometimes you need to highlight the men, and that's what I have done for the month of February. But today, as we round out and end Black History Month, I wanted to put a spotlight on a local restaurateur, someone I've known for many, many years, and her dream of owning a restaurant came to fruition during the pandemic, during the shutdown. And I am so happy to welcome her here on Black Talk platform. She's been here before, but this evening she is here as the sole interviewee. And guess what? She is busy working in her business as we speak, and she will be joining me shortly. So everybody come on in. I can do some freestyle and answer questions for you. Hey, my sister is here, Juanita Presley. Hi, and my other sister friend, Barbara, is here. Let me tee up my first show in the month of March, which will begin Women's History Month. I have some fabulous women scheduled for the month of March. And I say this all the time, but seriously, these shows are going to be incredible. So you do need to share it. You do need to be here. The regular show is on Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Today is a special edition, but let me share with you who I have for to kick us off for Women's History Month on Tuesday. And I'm excited about this interview that is coming up. Well, what happened? I lost. Give me a minute. I'm gonna bring it on. Okay, let me screen share. Let me see if I can screen share for you all. Let's see here. Let me see. Where is it? I have lost her again. Oh my. Give me a second. I always have these issues. I want to share with you who I have coming on board Tuesday. And it's not here. Gosh darn it. Screen share. Let's cancel. Make sure it shares on. All right. Hi, Shireen. I saw your beautiful picture earlier today. Just beautiful. And I love that affirmation of self that you shared with all of us. Keep on doing what God has called you to do. We are here to support you. Okay, so I can't get the share on. Of course, before the show started, I was able to bring up the share, but I can't bring it up right now. But in any event, on Tuesday, March 1st at 7 p.m., my guest will be the Reverend Dr. Weta Harding. Yes, yes, yes. Weta Harding. She is, for those of you who don't know, you really don't want to miss this dynamic woman of God. She has transformed the way church music is done. She has devoted herself to raising the consciousness around how true worship through music is to be transferred from the pulpit and the choir loft to the pews, that we might all be able to go back out into our greater communities and share the good news of the gospel. I am so excited to have her join me on Tuesday. And she did not hesitate when I asked. And we are both looking forward to sitting down together so that she can educate us all around what worship should be when we're in a corporate setting. I'm just so excited. she has done some fabulous, fabulous things. She is known around the world. She has created music ministries and beyond. She is just fabulous. She is a mentor to my sister, Juanita, as she put in the chat right there. But if you don't know Major Rita Harding, Dr. Reverend Rita Harding, you need to come through on Tuesday. And don't just come along, bring somebody with you, because a lot of what we've been doing and calling it worship, there's some deeper ways we can go into it. And she uses the Bible as her resource to teach us and to grow us. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. In fact, she just did a presentation for the Empire Baptist Association this past week, I believe. And I wasn't able to watch the entire presentation. I watched enough to reach out to her and ask her, can you come through so that I can first celebrate her as a woman who is doing incredible things and she should be honored, but also so that she can teach the audience, many of which are believers in Christ. And so we can have our worship experience elevated by listening to and hearing from the expert in the person of Major Dr. Reverend Rita Harding. So you all tell everybody, I'll be posting it out right after this show, and bring everybody, because everybody can stand to gain additional knowledge about worship and have your own worship experience be that much richer. So come through, everybody. Come through. Guess what? I'm open for questions. I don't know how long Danielle is going to be, but I am open for questions. I can tell you, I have been interviewing. I have some dynamic women who I will be presenting throughout the month of March because they have either impacted my life personally, or they're just doing great work where they are. And we can't let the month of March go by without bringing them on. So guess what? The guest of honor is here now. She is hard at work at Ethel and Annie Mae's Soulfood Kitchen, but she's taking out this time to be with us tonight. Go and tell a friend, grab a friend so they can know where they're going to get their meal tomorrow, because she'll probably be closing soon, but we don't want her to miss not one sale. Go and grab a friend, ping them, not ping, that's another language on another platform. Bring them on to this onto this interview so that they too will be exposed to the great Brooklyn chef Danielle Moore. Good evening. How are you? Good. Look, I'm so glad you're in your natural setting of your restaurant, because the people need to know that you are working to make it happen. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So tell us. I was sharing with them how you were able, got a little background. I'm going to wait until she gets up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, that's so much better. I was sharing with them. Well, Danielle and I have known each other for many, many years. And throughout that time, she has been aspiring to own her own restaurant. And if I'm wrong about anything, you could correct me, but you were able to realize your dream of opening your own restaurant during the pandemic. Am I correct?
Yeah, I was able to open during the pandemic. It was challenging as I don't know what, and it was but I made it happen. Definitely, it was very challenging. It was a learning process for me as well in the interim. So it taught me a lot about these waters that we are navigating, and that how we're perceived as Black people, how they perceive us.
Who is they? Can you qualify who that they is?
When I say they, I mean everybody who isn't Black, because my business is located in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. I'm in the middle of a large saturated Jewish community. There's a lot of Jewish presence in the neighborhood in which I serve, but there are a lot of Black people. It's diverse, but it's a lot of Jews in this area. So and there are a lot of them are very welcoming. They come in my shop They told me blessings, congratulations. We love the look of your space, that we glad that you're here. And then there are some who's not so welcoming, but it's okay because I'm here,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've been there. And I think that's the thing. You have a stick to itivism. You just keep going. I also want to share with the people that during the pandemic also you were a grantee of Bank of America. Am I correct? Maybe the
Yeah.
funder is incorrect. So she's been steadily elevating everyone. And while she was opening the restaurant, she was blessed with Bank of America. Tell us about that. Was it Winter Garden? I forget the name of these
Yeah,
places,
it
but
was in Bryant Park. We had Bryant Park has spaces for entrepreneurs like myself. You get to have a little
kiosk.
it's like you have a booth,
Right.
and it's enclosed, it's glass enclosed, and those booths are very expensive. I mean, like Bank America allowed they Bank of America took one of the booths. They pay for it themselves, and they allow entrepreneurs to operate out of those booths for like 2 weeks. Each entrepreneur got 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I was one of the awardees that I was able to operate out of there for 2 weeks, and I got picked twice um, to operate out of there, and otherwise I would have never been able to operate. I've been on that mailing list with oh my God, it's called Urban something, and they run the market on 14th Street as well as Columbus Circle, and then over there in Bryant Park. And when I say expensive, I mean like expensive. Like it's like about between $3,000 or $4,000 a month just to be there.
Wow. And
Yeah,
they gave you a grant, and that's really great. That's
yeah.
really great. That's really great for you to have been selected, because if you've never been down there, guys, it's a great place to shop during the holidays. It's usually full of vendors, entrepreneurs selling their wares, and to be selected and given the grant to not have to pay for it, that's huge. That's huge. That means that an entrepreneur stands out, a business owner stands out, and that's you were one of those people who stood out to those who made the selection. And I think kudos go out to you for that distinction. It's a distinction that we don't want to minimize, Danielle.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So tell us about Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen.
So Ethel and Annie
Are
made
you in
Soul
the
Food
kitchen right
Kitchen.
now? Are
I'm
you?
in my kitchen. I have like two spaces. So on the corner, there's Ethel and Annie Mae's, and then over here, it's just a production kitchen that's, it's just a kitchen. And my vision for these two, when I looked at the two spaces, and they were like, well, which one would you like to take? And I said, I'll take both of them, because what I envisioned was the restaurant was a previous Chinese restaurant that I had to just build out, and this was also a restaurant at one point, and I said, let me take this, because I've navigated the waters of working in a commercial kitchen, and as a black entrepreneur being ostracized by other people. Like we were working out a commercial kitchen, and I say we because there was like a cluster of us. We were all black. There were like about six of us, and we kind of bonded with one another because of the climate in that kitchen was so, like, it was thick. You could cut it with a knife. You could tell the black people and the white people, because they didn't really like speak to you, but if you watch them, you could tell they were joining forces. They were partnering. They were collaborating. You see them elevating. You see them doing different markets, and they had a little network going on, and we had to at that time form our own little network amongst each other. But navigating those waters, it was so challenging that when I had this kitchen, I said, you know what, I don't want to minimize those challenges, a lot of them, and let me offer this space to someone who does cook, who does cater, to utilize this space. But
Yeah.
I haven't had that many people utilize the space, so I was like, okay, that's it. I had come to my point where I can't worry about anybody else. I have to worry about Danielle.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to mind the business that pays me. That's why I'm just business. Like, this is it. And I am opening in 2 to 3 months. This will be Annie Mae's Bakery. I'm
Nice.
no
Very
longer offering it for catering and for people to come utilize the space. It hasn't been utilized in that manner, in that capacity, like I wanted to be.
nice.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, when you tell them like it's $50 an hour, they're like, but then when they go other places and they see that it's more, and not only is it more, they want you to have this, they want you to have that, they want you to have the other, they want you to have this, that, and this, and this, and this, and that, and everything got to be in place, up to date, and all this. And I'm just saying, my thing was, don't burn my place down. That's all I want from you. Don't burn me out.
Right. Right.
That's it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Okay, what you trying to do? This is what you're doing? All right. Okay, I have no problem with that. I had people that did utilize the space, but it was underutilized. So
Gotcha.
at this point, I'm not worrying about nobody else. I got to worry about me and Annie Mae and Ethel.
Right.
So therefore, I'm going to be, as you can see, I've been posting a lot about desserts, this and that, along with my food. So I'm building up my dessert menu because I'll be pushing desserts out of
But
here.
But you know what though? You have been for many years known as Annie Mae's Bakery, so you
Yeah,
already have that footprint out there. Now it's just to do it, I suppose. It's just to do
yeah,
it. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
you and I had a conversation about what you were just talking about, how you, out of your experience with the commercial space that you used to rent, you wanted to offer the same to other minorities, blacks in particular. What do you think is the reason? We know how we judge each other a little bit with a little more harshly than others, right? We want to know what we're getting for $50 when that's really a steal, right? You and I, because we've been in business for so long, we know that a $50 per hour offering is really a steal. And to be asked in return, just don't burn down the place. We're not asking for $1 million worth of insurance, which many places require that you have because of the liability on the possibility of fires. Why do you think, and in your experience, why do you think it's so hard for us to help each other when we want, as you did, to help others who may want to use commercial space, kitchen?
We're brainwashed into thinking that when it's coming from somebody that looks like us, it has to be a scam. It has to be some other like underlying whatever. I have my own insurance. You understand what I'm saying? I have my
Right.
own insurance for both my spaces. So I already know what that feels like.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. And just recently, just last week, I had one of the people that worked with me that was using the commercial kitchen, and she came back to me and was like, are you still renting? And I'm like, no. I said, I already gave the people that's utilizing this space the deadline that this is after this date. That's it. No, I'm not renting out the space no more. I'll be at that time. I'll be doing a little bit of construction that I'm supposed to be, building out the space so that I can serve customers. And that's just what it is. I'll have a nice little outdoor setup. You can sit and eat your ice cream and eat your cake and drink your coffee and eat your muffins and whatever else I'm going to be serving out of here. But it's like we always we give each other a hard time. And I have to tell people constantly, like when you had bad experience with the Chinese restaurant that was here, you didn't come here like that.
Right.
You didn't call here like that with that aggression and harshness. Okay, so if you don't like something, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because everybody don't like everything. You used to grandma's cake, you used to grandma's greens and her chicken or whatever. You used to things prepared a certain kind of way. And when you see soul food, you get nostalgic. You thinking, okay, maybe it's going to taste like grandma's, but it might be a different variation of it. But that doesn't make it nasty, and it doesn't make it. It doesn't. It's not for you. You don't like it. That's fine. But the people, the way customers come in here, that's why I always talk about bad customers, because the way people try to come at me, I just get on and I just be like, listen, You ordered, how many years have you ordered behind a behind, from Chinese people that you didn't even get to see in their kitchen? You see right clean through my kitchen, all the way from the front to the back. You see everything that's being done. It's nothing done in here underhanded. There's nothing falling on the floor, and we putting it back. We putting it in the pot, or we putting it in your food that fell on the floor. That's not nothing we are doing in here,
So
and
what
we're
type of
showing you that. That's why the huh?
what type of challenges are your customers giving you?
Um, they're like, oh well, they'll call and they'll say, well, I didn't like the collard greens because the way they okay, so you didn't like the collard greens, okay, fine. When the Chinese restaurant was here, you didn't like something. Did you call them and tell them that, or did you just keep coming back and coming back and coming back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ordering, you eating from Popeyes and Crown Fried and Texas Fried and Obama Fried Chicken and those places. Don't come here giving me grief when
Right.
you ain't never went into those places and gave them any kind of grief. You just went back. You know, and again, don't. I'm not with none of this stuff. Like this, the way that my own people try to come and handle me. And then they tell oh, yep. Then they tell me about my prices, and I'm like, well,
Wow.
I say, well, what did you want to order? And they'll tell me, oh, I wanted the barbecue chicken and the potato salad and the collard greens. I said, well, when you go to the supermarket, what you think that all that stuff is going to cost? If you buy everything that you need to make collard greens, if you buy everything that you need to make potato salad, if you buy the chicken, the oil, and all that, what you think is going to cost?
And that's, you and I, we've had these similar conversations over the years, how our own people challenge our prices, right? And it's really sad because I support you and I support many people, but guess what? Once I decide to support, that's what I decide to do. And it's according to what your prices are. If I can't afford it, then I'll say, okay, Daniel, I'll get it on Friday or Thursday or something like that. But I
Right.
like to let you know that you have my support. I don't know why we do each other like that. Let me give an example. So I've been doing branded interviews with business owners who need to expand their reach, right? And one person, when I told her the fee to sit with me, listen, I've been doing the Black Talk for free. Everyone who's ever come on Black Talk has come on free. If I cross promote it for Sable Network TV, then there may be a fee attached. But with Black Talk, no one has ever paid to come on. And that's why Danielle, I've known Danielle for years. I would never ask her to pay to come on Black Talk platform, right? And I still may rebrand it to put on the network. She's different because I know her. But so this one person was like, and the fee is it's like pennies. It's equivalent to what you're talking about with the $50 per hour thing. The person said, well, what do I get in return? I said, you get access to my audience because I've built up a reputation. And everybody, I'm not lying. Everyone who sells something who's come on here, and I don't bring on a lot of people who have products to sell on Black Talk, right? I'm usually with the social
Right.
this stuff. Everyone might the core people who watch Black Talk, if you're selling something, they're supporting you. And so for the person to come at me like that, I'm okay. She can decide later. But why do we do each other like that? We don't
I
look,
don't know. I
and
don't
we
know. Deb,
maybe
I'm
we
over it.
charge more.
I don't even at this point I have to focus on who are the people who are supporting me.
Right.
Like I'm not I've been able to discern about who's about to waste my time.
Yep.
I know that when you get that call, well, how much is when they start asking 1,001 questions, and you could kind of get a gauge on this person is not going to support you,
Yeah.
and they just asking, and it's like, and then we do a lot, and as Black people, we do a lot of fake support. We act like we're going to support, and we don't. I'm tired of that too. It's like we have to stop, and I really want to ask like other people, like other people that are white people that are in business. Do you get that? Like, do people come to you with the fake support? Like, oh, I'm gonna come by on Friday, and then you never see that person. I mean, like before I opened, I had so many people saying, "Oh my God, can't wait till you open, can't wait till you open." And then you look, and I've seen I haven't even seen 50% of the people support me that was so anticipating me open.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've gotten so much support from people that don't know me, that have heard about me. So
Yeah.
that, that's where I don't, and that's where my focal point is. The people that are supporting me, the people that do come in. I just had a young man who comes in. Every time he comes in, he looks at the menu. He looks at the menu, but he always gets salmon. But and I let him look, and we talk, and he's like, he's younger than my son. He's younger than my daughter as well. So he's a very nice, respectable young man that always, from the day that he stepped into my establishment, showed me so much love and support, and he addressed me as queen. He's just like, and he addresses my daughter in the same manner. So to see customers like that come in, even if he don't buy, he just stopped in to say hello. I hadn't seen him in a while. And he stepped in, he says, I'm going to come back one day this week, but, today I don't really have no money. And, but I don't, I'm okay, but I just want to make sure you were okay. And I haven't seen you in a while. The people like that,
Yeah.
they make up for the people that with the fake support.
I know. Well, let me shout you out for a minute, because Sable Network TV, which I'm praying Danielle will have a cooking show on, will be the first cooking show on it very soon, bakery, whatever, her show. It's very expensive for me to have up. It streams across Roku, Amazon Fire, iOS, and Android. Very expensive.
I'm gonna have a show, Dad, but it's gonna be different. But I'm working on my fine tuning everything. You and I talked about it, but I am gonna have a show, and I am going to, I support you. Whatever we work out financially is gonna be worked out, and I'm definitely gonna have a show.
I know. I wanted to give you a shout out though, because at the end of 2021, in December, just a couple of months ago, it was so hard on me, and I sent out, this is speaking to what you were just talking about, the fake support. I sent out to 10 people, maybe 10 people, an SOS. You remember that, right? Because you got it. And out of 10 people, Danielle and 2 others responded, and they blessed me to keep it afloat at the end of the year. You cannot make this stuff up. I mean, people who have been on Black Talk, people I've known for 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
And you know what? So I said, well, God, tell me who I should send it to. So sometimes we're praying, God, tell me who I can send it to, because we believe that they will definitely come through. But sometimes it's really God giving you a list of people to send it to, so you'll know who won't come through for you. And
absolutely,
because you were there, and the other 2, and it's okay. I don't have any hard feelings for those who did not respond.
Not right. It's fine. It is that you just know that this train is not going to stop moving.
Right.
Because of you, whatever reason you choose not to be supportive, doesn't stop this train.
Right.
Because we know who's the conductor of this train.
Absolutely.
So he's already know where we gonna go. So whether you get on board or not, it don't matter, because it's going to reach this destination.
That's right. And let me tell you, my friend Flo is here. She is a nurse, and Flo, Danielle's food is very healthy. Obviously, it's a soul food kitchen, so you're gonna get some things that are fried, but her food is excellent. You all need to get out there when she brings back her watermelon. Is it a tea?
Watermelon lemonade.
Watermelon lemonade. Listen, she has the yellow and the red. I'm just saying, go out there. And it was a long drive, but guess what? When you care about people and you want to see them succeed, you really care about that kind of stuff. You get in the car and you drive, or you get on the train and you ride. There are things you can do while you're trying to get there. There are really no excuses if you really want to support somebody in their dream. And it is.
Before I opened up, I used to drive around on Sundays. I used to drive around Brooklyn, and I used to see all these people with establishments, with brick and mortars, and I used to see like tons of people supporting them. Like, just And when other people, when they open, their college friends come, their childhood friends come, their family, without question.
Yeah.
So my thing is, people have this narrative, and they this narrative that they're spewing, that your supporters won't be your friends and family. And why the hell not, Deb? I don't subscribe to that narrative.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that. I speak to my family and I'll be like, listen, y'all need to support me.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know
You
what?
have to support me. All my friends, like I had a friend who, we was friends for 40 years. She started speaking to me over something to do with business and and I know what it was, but looking back, hindsight, she never really supported me. You know, she never was there at none of my events. So I was like, okay, if that's what it is, God, that's it. All right, I'm fine with that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. But what I won't accept and subscribe to is that your real friends and family not supporting, they're not going to be your supporters. They're not going to be the first ones to support you. Why not? I don't care if you're not support it does not mean for you to buy something or utilize my services. Support is, if you see me vending, come try to help me set up.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you see me vending, come try to help me drum up business and bring people to the table.
That's right. That's right.
If you see me on social media, hit the share button. That's what support is.
Yeah. It's not always out of your pocket. However, that doesn't hurt either. You know, I mean, I just feel like, and I agree, my family and my friend, I have my family and then a core group of people who will always support me. And if they don't, like financially, they will just show up, and that means the world to me. Because sometimes
Absolutely,
it's the ministry of presence. You know, you just need to be in the space. I've come out to her place. I don't know if the Chinese restaurant before Danielle opened up a garden sitting area next door.
No, it wasn't that. I could show you pictures of how it used to be. It was like a lot with just garbage and weeds, and it was like they didn't care. Because when you have those kind of people, that the thing about those kind of people that come into our neighborhoods, all they care about is siphoning money out of their neighborhood so they can take it back to their people. Yeah. They all they here do is to suck.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? If you're right, if you allow them to, they're like a vacuum cleaner. They just there to suck. But that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to commune with the people in this community. Like this is like I said, it's a large Hasidic community. There's a man, a Jewish man, that brings me bread every week like clockwork.
Wow.
He brings me challah bread. Mm-hmm. Challah bread. He brings me challah bread every week, and he says blessings to me. He listen, I've had so many people, they come in, they buy water because that's the only thing they can eat. They can buy water. Right. They'll buy a bottle of water to support me. Right. And I'm okay with that because I know my food isn't kosher. I know that you have, it's against your religion to eat non-kosher foods. But I have a man who is Jewish, and he sits in the yard and he eats my food. Even though it's not kosher, he eats it. And he says I'm not really kosher. Right. But he loves my food.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of, I mean, you're in a really good position because I've been there and I've seen how the kids, when they get out of school, they have a pizza shop down just in the same block that Danielle's in. They're going to go crazy if you make any bakery items that are kosher, because they're there, and they like the junk food, meaning the pizza. Yeah. But once she does that, if you do that, and I think they understand community in a way that's just a little different than the way we have practiced it more recently, because again, we're not going to allow people to tell us we don't know what community is. We know how to support each other in community. It's just that things have changed a lot. And for you to say, oh, I'm going to, take care of Ethel and Annie Mays, it's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. I don't feel no kind of way about that. Yeah. Because I tried. I've tried for I've had both of these spaces for a year. I've tried and I've done my job and I've done my duty as a Black woman in business in the community, extended my hand.
Yeah.
And if no one took what I was offering, that's fine.
Yeah.
But now it's about me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about me.
You're in a really good location. You're in a really good location. Milton is here. I don't know if you saw when I pinned his post, but he was saying how he's been there a couple of times to your restaurant, and each time he enjoyed the food. The food is very tasty.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
And I think in response to how healthy it is, he said it's not very salty. See, she's working, y'all. She's got to
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. So no, it's really good when we have supporters, and Milton is definitely a supporter of yours, and I appreciate him. And we all
when he comes in, when he comes in the warmer months, Milton and I would sit outside and we would talk. So he's not just here to support. I'm here. We're talking. You know, we're talking about a lot of different issues and topics. And he comes in. When he was here like 2 weeks ago. He and me, you know, my daughter and I, we were all just having a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it got to the point where I'm like, you got to get your food home before it get cold. So, you know, it's not about just taking people money. It's about, I want to commune with my customers. And that's just who I am
you are
as a person.
And you had a show. Was it, I'm going to get it wrong, Chewing with Your Mouth Full?
Talking with Your Mouth Full.
Talking with Your Mouth Full, where she blended social issues and culture in while she was cooking. It was a fabulous show. Is this still
that's going to be on Sable Network? Trust me. Don't worry about it. It's coming. It's coming.
It was such a great show, you guys. It was a great show. It is a great show. Look out for it on Sable. I'm so excited that she's going to bring it back. I was a guest one time on her show, and again, it was a pleasure. And watching her cook, she made this. Don't tell me it was a curry. Was it curry chicken salad, Danielle?
Yes.
I don't think that's on your menu right now. Hint,
no.
hint.
It's not.
Because it's the bomb. She could take that challah bread and put it in there. Look, that's what you used then. If I remember, that's how good it is. Because that's been several years that I came out and she was doing that show. What was that, like 2017? I don't know.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So hint, y'all. You all go and ask her to bring back the curry chicken salad because it's the bomb, as Juanita would say. And she has a really good rating on Yelp. I need to go and rate my food. Now, let me tell you what my favorite dish is, Danielle. I already told y'all about the watermelon lemonade. When the season is for watermelon, you need to, if you don't get nothing else, get the watermelon lemonade, both of them, the yellow and the red. That's me. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. But my favorite dish that you make is your black-eyed pea salad.
Yeah.
I love it. Where did you get that recipe? Is that mom's or grandma's?
Well, my grandmother used to make black-eyed peas all the time. It's just like, I used to hate it.
Okay.
And it was like, you have to be able to do something else with this aside from just stewing it with meat. And, you know, it got to be some other way to do this. Excuse me. So I just decided to, I put some, jalapenos and some tomatoes and onions and, a few other things in there. And I got it together. And it's a big seller here. When people like black-eyed pea salad, it's cold. I'm like, yeah, it's not, it's not hot. But awesome. It sells really well.
It is so good, everybody. I'm telling you, it's so good. And I think I probably should have bought 2 portions of it. I'm about to put it up. My friend Nate is up here. He's like, where's the restaurant? She's in Brooklyn. What is it? Albany Street?
Yes, Albany Avenue. It's 497 Albany on the corner of Lefferts.
497 Albany Avenue, corner of Lefferts.
Yep, Lefferts Avenue. Yep.
And listen, if you're not planning to sit, you can double park real quick, go in and be gone. And I don't get the I was double park for a minute, so I don't get the feeling that
Let me
they
tell you
mess with
something.
too
People
much.
always talk about this area. And let me tell you something about when you are under the covering and when you are in certain neighborhoods. Please take advantage of it. Because
Yep.
I'm in the middle of the Hasidic neighborhood. I don't hardly, it's very rare since I can count on one hand how many times I've seen a meet a person giving out tickets in this area. And it's because of the area. So not that I don't watch my car, it's just that I don't have to be like,
Right.
okay, because they're not here.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're not going to do that over here.
Yeah.
You just, and it's a lot of things that, being here, I had to fight. I had to fight with FedEx. I had to fight with the U.S. Postal Service. I had to fight with the UPS person because when they see Soulfood, they know you're Black and they think that they can handle you any kind of way until
No.
you start writing letters, sending emails, and you start calling numbers that are not public numbers, but you are speaking to someone's supervisor. One of the guys from FedEx came in. He said, "You know how much trouble that I got into?" I said, "Yeah, you threw my appliance over my gate." I said, "Would you have doing that if my last name was one of these people in this neighborhood? Do you throw their packages over their gates or in their yard or on their stoops? Do you do that?" I said, "Because," I said, "you know what? Y'all see Soulfood, y'all know that I'm Black. Y'all think y'all can handle me. This is what my problem is that we have to stop handling each other like that with such harshness and being abrasive and think that we can provide subpar service to our own people."
Yeah. Yeah.
The U.S. Postal Service carrier, she came in here, she tried to curse my daughter, say so all kind of, told my daughter she will have our mail going. We would have to pick it up from the Postal Service. After we wrote letters, they moved her. They took her off this route. I said, "You are not going to handle me like that." I told her supervisor at the post office, spoke to the supervisor, said, "Listen, I'm Black just like you. Don't handle me like that."
Right.
Because you don't handle them like that. You're supposed to handle me with extra care because I look like you.
Right. That's incredible. Incredible. Hey, Danielle, Flo is asking a question. I can't tell her. I just was driving. Is this near Barclays, she says?
No, I'm in Crown Heights. The
Okay.
Barclays Center is downtown Brooklyn. I'm in Crown Heights.
Okay. Yeah. But still, it's worth the drive. It really is worth the drive, Flo. It's worth the drive. And Flo.
Yeah, so it's very challenging, but it's very extremely rewarding.
Yeah.
There are children that in the warmer months they come and I have the tables outside, they sit outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's providing like a safe space for them. They can sit there, they're not getting in trouble, they're not doing anything. But when I hear their conversations getting too crazy, I check them and I lay like, "Listen, if y'all gonna talk like that, go across the street in the park. Don't come here."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And go across the street in the park. I don't have my keys. Oh, I do. Wait a minute, I have them. Yeah, I got them. All right. You leaving? Okay. All right. See you on Tuesday. I'm sorry.
No.
And they were sitting out there. Then they started talking really like, using profanity. And I was like, whoa, y'all can't be here with that. You can't sit here like that. I mean, gave them chairs to sit down and just basically providing a safe haven for, because that's what community is. It's like, that's what it's about, community.
Absolutely. And the reason I wanted to spotlight you is because you are making you are realizing your mother and your grandmother's dream, and I think it's really great that you keep their legacy alive like this. And you've also passed it on to Jessica, your daughter, who also has her own business. And
yes,
you all are preparing a legacy for your grandchildren. I think it's really, really wonderful. What comes next after you open the bakery in a few months?
I only God knows. You know, I'm being guided, so I have to. I don't know, you
Yeah.
know, but I can tell you that there are some big things coming. I've got opportunities to open something in another state.
Oh,
Someone wants to partner with me, and I'm like, you know, I don't know. If God wants me to be there, then that's where I'll be. Otherwise, you know, I can't move if He's not,
that's right.
you know, if He's not creating that path for me to go down. I can't go there,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So I'm definitely yeah, it's some big things going on, and I feel it in my spirit that there are some huge things coming on, and I know that I am being tested, and I'm being, but I have to stand strong and know that who I'm connected to, and just keep moving. I know that I wasn't brought here just to stay here, you
Yeah.
know, not in this space. I know that once I open my bakery and get these two spaces up and running, there's some big things on the horizon.
It's
Yeah.
incredible. That's incredible. And I say it's incredible because I think sometimes we achieve a certain level of success and we stop dreaming. We stop hoping for more. And I believe that there truly is more for you to plan for, have vision for. But I think what was key and what I heard is that you're going to be guided by the Lord, and you're going to wait for His direction. Even though this might be a nice opportunity out of state, you want to make sure before you
Yeah,
jump into it that is something that He's leading you to do. And I think that's
absolutely. Absolutely.
okay. The name, okay, I'm going to put the name up again, Flo. It's right here. And you can definitely, I use Waze. Google messes me up every time, even though they own Waze. But you should not have any problems if you use Waze. But if you use Google, that's also a good app to use, I suppose, for maps. But there's the address right there, right there. And when I share this out again, I will put the address in the narrative. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, well, Danielle, this has been enjoyable to me. And I think I'm so glad you didn't come on with, oh, everything is just wonderful. Everybody loves me. I have people out around the corner and stuff, because what you actually did is you shared the real. And
It is real. It's real.
it's
I have
real.
to take the good with the bad. And what my daughter, you know, you can't, you know, as parents, you know, so you talk about legacy, and we talk about passing things on, and we are our children's first teachers. But my daughter has taught me so much, you
Mhm.
know, in this journey. She's like, I'm right with you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry. And when she said that to me one day, I just stopped. I stopped worrying. I'm going to be honest. I just stopped worrying. Today was super slow. Like, I don't even know if I have 5 customers today. That was a lot. You know, it was slow. You know, and and people don't understand, like, with this in this industry that I'm in, when you talk about food, you talk about stuff that's perishable, and it has like a certain time. You know, this food has, once you prepare it, it has a certain lifespan, and then that's it. They got to go in the garbage.
Right.
So I try not to be wasteful in you know, throwing things away, and try to be mindful. But it's, you know, you go in with, you know, with the purpose, like, okay, I hope I have a lot of customers today. And
Right.
when you don't, like today, is very disheartening, but I'm okay with it, because I know God he's gonna prepare, he's preparing me for whatever he's preparing me for. And I know that I cannot worry, because, you know, worry and faith cannot dwell in the same space. So I know that. So I'm not going to worry, and I'm not going to, again, and this goes back to all the, you know, people always like, oh, don't worry about who don't support you. And I'm not.
Yeah.
Again, that young man that came in, and I mean, like, when I almost was like I wanted to hug him, because he's like, that's how his presence alone just put me in a space of now I know why I'm here, why I'm here, why why I came this far, because he just came in just to say hello to me. And
Beautiful.
that just made my day
Yeah. Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
So, not having the business that I needed to keep running for the day and pay an employee and all this, it that kind of, you know, didn't made me not worry about it.
I think that's a really good attitude to have, because there will be those highs and there will be those lows. But
Yeah.
I think what I heard you say is that faith and worry cannot exist together, and
Yeah.
you're right about that. And kudos to Jessica for supporting her mom, being right there with you with her pleasant self. She's just a wonderful young lady, and she's there as your partner in this. And there's more to come. There's
It
so much
is.
more to come, and I appreciate you and for being here. Look, let me put what Juanita put up here for you. He is preparing you for greatness. You just keep doing your best and serving the best food you can and being above board. The Lord will definitely provide, and we already know that to be true, especially.
Amen. Thank you, Juanita. Yes. Amen.
Yes, and Juanita's been sharing this interview out. Thank you, Juanita, for sharing it out, because people need to know. Sometimes people just need to know where to go, where to spend their money. Dogs out there
Yeah.
barking, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah. And
want.
the thing about it is, like you mentioned, the pizza place. It is a kosher pizza place.
Yeah,
And let me just share this before we leave. They're kosher, so they observe the Sabbath.
yeah,
So on Saturday night they open back up. So they close. They don't open on Friday at all. Period. Saturday night they open up, and people are lined up
yeah,
all
yeah.
down the block
Hmm. I
to
witnessed
support
it.
them.
Yep, because
You're
I
right.
came
You
out
witnessed
there.
it, right?
I came out there
Because
on
I
the
had to
Saturday.
point it out to you. And I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that to say to line up to support me. What I'm saying is that we have to line up to support one another.
Yeah,
And I make conscious decisions with my money to make sure that I'm seeking out other businesses like myself to support, because we all need that support.
absolutely.
So it's ingrained in them and it's embedded in them, and they have well, not gonna say unspoken, but it's not spoken to us, but
Right.
amongst them, they know that they have to support each other.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
have to support their own.
Yeah, absolutely. And they do. And they do.
Absolutely.
And they do. You posted something the other day. I don't know if it was on your page or in our group, our private group, but and David Banner, I think he's a favorite of both of ours. He's just one of those brothers to just sort of keep it real, don't care what nobody says and how anybody takes what he says. And that's why I like him. In terms of entertainers, he's like really up there for me, because he's not only an entertainer, he is socially conscious. And he said,
Yeah.
and I think actually he might not have said this, but you said on May 19th, for those of you who don't know, that's Malcolm X's birthday. And I can't
Yeah.
remember if you said it, but you said it. All over the country, we should be doing something. We should be shutting it down, doing something in
Yeah.
recognition, because Malcolm, and people have different views about him, especially once he split from the nation. I don't have anything but positive views about him, because sometimes you, like the man who brings you the bread, why wouldn't you accept it? Why wouldn't you accept the bread?
Right.
First of all, it's of the best quality. You know it because they care about how they prepare their food. And he's just extending an olive branch and welcoming you to the community and being a good neighbor. And sometimes we can get in our own way by not accepting the bread. Malcolm X learned how to accept the bread at the end. And some of us, unfortunately, we are not always there to help one another. And so we have no choice but to accept the bread. But there's, to me, nothing wrong with accepting the bread. But you said, I think we all should be doing something on that day to commemorate. And I thought that was a really good suggestion that you made. Are
Yeah,
you going?
because it's like we so quick as a people, we so quick um to be to to spew venom.
Yeah,
We so quick to be mean to one another. We so quick to, and I know this has nothing to do with anything. And what we're talking about, but they were talking about the singer Kiki Wyatt, how she's having her 11th baby. And I'm like, what's that got to do with your uterus? It's her uterus. She can do whatever she wants to do. If she have 11 children and she's taking care of them, you don't hear any kind of
Nothing but
cases against her of abuse,
lavender.
of neglect. None of her children have been taken away from her. She hasn't not giving any of her children away, and she's caring for them. What's it to you? Is she how many children does she have? Why are we so quick to see who could say the most meanest, vile things in garner so many likes about behind it. You know what I'm saying? Under her picture, somebody will make a comment and they want to know how many likes they're going to get on the vilest comment that they make. It's like, and I'm sitting here like, so I don't care if she has 15 children. That has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with my pocketbook. Has nothing to do with my uterus.
Right.
I hope she has a very healthy baby. I hope that when she goes through her delivery, that the hospital and the nurses, and I hope they take care of her, because the maternal mortality rate among Black women is extremely high. They don't care. They don't think that, they don't believe what we be in pain and we are suffering and whatever. They think that we're lying and making up all these stories behind it until we die. You understand? That's when they really realize it. But if so many of us has died, they still don't believe it. So my thing is, we are so mean and vile towards one another. And it's so, I'm to the point now, Deb, I'm worrying about myself. I'm no longer, if I don't share anything like politically, like that's the thing you saw me share. I thought that was a great idea, May 19th.
Yeah.
Because that's a significant day, but I don't share anything political because I made a vow that I will focus on me and my business and those who support me, and trying to, keep the community mindset that I've adapted, and stay positive. And all the stuff that's happening is just so it's so draining and taxing that I just decided I'm not involving myself no more in any of that. I'm done.
And I think that's a good idea. And I think that since you've adopted that, I bet your business has been just doing so much better, because you are devoting the time to growing where God has planted you, and you are concerned about the community still. Juanita's asking, are you going to be open on Malcolm X's birthday? I don't know, what day of the week is that? A Sunday? Is that a Sunday, Danielle?
If it's, I don't know what day it is. I couldn't tell you. But if it is, as long as it's not Monday, not a Monday, I will be open, because Mondays I take care of me.
Good for you.
I have to. I thought about opening, and I said, nah, I'm not going to open, because I have to take care of me.
Yes.
And that's the day I use to doctor's appointments, doing nothing, doing laundry, binge watching whatever it is I want to watch, or taking care of stuff at home. I don't see me opening Mondays at all, but I will be staying open later when the daylight saving time, when that kicks in. I'll stay open later, and I will be around, and I will be open for business. And I'm looking forward to when the outdoor space open, because I want people to come in. I have guest DJs that come in, and I play music, and it draws in people from the neighborhood. And I've had people in the neighborhood saying, "Oh my God, when you play your music outside on Saturdays, and I'm cleaning, I just be hearing your music, and I love your music." And I've had people come in and tell me that, and that means a lot to me. Because it means that I'm contributing to the community in a good way. Then you have those that would call my restaurant, "Your music is too loud." And I'm like, okay, well, deal with it, because that's what it is. And I tell them that. I was like, and what do you want me to do? Because I'm not violating the noise ordinance that's in place. It's not above that. It's just that because it's me. I know it's because it's me, but it's okay. You have to deal with it, because I'm here.
Yeah, they'll get used to it. They should be used to it by now. Juanita's saying it's on the 19th. The 19th, rather, is on a Thursday. Good. Very good. So she'll be open. Listen, my guest for Tuesday night is also watching, Reverend Weta Harding. I'm glad she's saying that this is wonderful. She is wonderful, Dr. Harding. When you come through New York the next time, certainly make a stop out in Crown Heights to visit Ethel and Annie Mae's Soulfood Kitchen. You won't be disappointed. Danielle, thank you so much for your time. And to the Kiki Wyatt thing, I say kudos to her and her husband. They are raising those beautiful children. The children are old enough to help her. Look, we should all be so fortunate to have so many kids. She believes in motherhood. She loves being a mother. Case closed. If anyone needs to
That's
say
it.
about it. And she has one of the dopest voices out there. After having 10 children, she is still working on her craft. And I have not seen a weak link in her ability to sing and perform. And we pray God's blessings continue to be hers. And like you said, we pray that this will be as safe delivery as all of the previous ones. But Danielle, would you like to say anything as we get ready to close down here?
I would like to say to everybody that's watching, please make a very conscious effort in where you're spending your money, because there are so many other communities that believe and subscribe to supporting their own. And I'm asking you as a Black people, please, I'm not saying support me, support your own, because this is so needed. We will not survive. We are all we have. We are all we have. And we have to start thinking that in the mindset of we have to support our own.
Yeah.
We have to, because we will not survive as a people if we do not come together. We have to come out of being consumers.
That's right.
We consume. We're big consumers, but there's so many of us that are creators, and we're creating things, and creating apps, and creating products, and paintings, and poems, and music. Support them. They need that.
They do. They do. They need that. And I appreciate you reminding us all to do that. We have to support each other. This is not new for us as a people. We are accustomed to it. We may have gotten away from it somewhat, but there are so many of us who like to support. We can do it again. And I do say support Danielle. Juanita said, let's organize and get out there on Malcolm X's birthday. We have enough time. We have 2 months to plan
Absolutely.
that. I think it's worth doing. Count me in, Juanita. I'll leave it open, and maybe we can do something live for the network. Definitely.
Right. Maybe we could do if the weather permits, we could do a vending. Anybody that wants to come and vend in my space, outdoor space, please contact me. You
right.
Set up a table. We'll set up a Black Unity Day. We set up a pop-up. Something, we'll do something
to show the unity, and I think it is worth it. So, Juanita, that's on you to organize it. Just tell me where to go and what time to be there, and I'll definitely support it. And I will share it out. Once you get your flyer ready for the pop-up vending, I will definitely share it out. Because that's what we do, and that costs nothing to share. We share all kind of craziness in social media. Let's share something that can build not only Danielle's business, but others who may vend out of her space for that day. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Brooklyn.
You're welcome.
Danielle Moore, for being with me tonight. Don't leave, Danielle. Good night, everybody. Come back on Tuesday to hear from none other than Dr. Reverend Weta Harding. We're going to learn how to worship God in the right way. Long as y'all keep going to church, you need to get there and do it the right way. She's going to be the one to teach us. Have a good night, and I'll see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m.
All right.
Amen now.
Okay.